man, there's so many different things happening out there. Different guys are fast at different times.
Carl Edwards.
I got to work on my
winning the
drag
Food
racing
City
stuff.
500.
Kurt's got those restarts figured out, man. He is tough.
Very,
just awesome,
very
though. And
sexy.
real testament to my team. These guys have been working really hard. We got Comcast business folks here. They helped put this whole thing together with Eris and Toyota, TRD, Stanley, all the folks that made this 19 team happen. So just great, man. Just
that's Carl
awesome.
Edwards, Stanley.
Thanks to Sprint and Cessna, Xfinity, all the folks that make this happen. And yeah, I just now we're in the chase. We can go have some fun and yeah, just so cool, man. Awesome to be here.
Near perfect day on pit road, near
Carl
perfect day on the
Edwards
racetrack. But
in
was
the
there
chase,
concern
everybody.
looking your teammates?
What a race, just like we predicted, and who will win. A lot of cars receiving a lot of damage. We had a total of 15 cautions, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get to it right away. This is the Food City 500. We had a Chevrolet SS pace car. Congratulations to Carl Edwards, Joe Gibbs, all the Toyota fans, all the fans of Carl Edwards out there. Your driver got it done. At Bristol, a track where you have to have some skill to survive and get it done, and you got to have a little bit of luck on your side. But a little bit of extra horsepower or whatever will really help out too. Anyway, we had Peyton Manning, guest star at the track. He threw a pass to Michael Waltrip. Michael Waltrip caught it. It was the best day of his life. Then we went green flag. We had a caution. The first caution was for Kyle Busch. Everybody give a round of applause. Kyle Busch finally having a bad day in his Toyota. That was the luck factor that we were talking about. You need here. He blew. Did he blow his tire? I don't know. We'll get into it. Yeah, he blew, I think, a right rear. I'm not sure. But that was the first caution. Second caution was for Ricky Stenhouse, who spun himself out. Jeff Gordon says he likes it loose. So no surprise, Ricky went spinning around. He ended up having a decent day, I think. I'm not too sure. We'll get to where everybody finished later on in the video. We're just going through the cautions right now. But once again, congrats to Carl Edwards bringing his Toyota back here at Bristol in first place. He's going to do his backflip soon. Okay, third caution was for Chris Buescher. He spun out Kyle Busch. It was a big Busch fight going on. Fourth caution. Oh, yeah, also we had a lot of drivers getting speeding on pit road, exiting pit road. We'll mention Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano. Fourth caution was for Kyle Larson. His track bar mount broke, which must have really sucked for him. He was right up front right when that happened. Who knows? Maybe he would have been some competition for Carl Edwards here at the end. We'll never know. A fifth caution was for Matt Kenseth. He blew a tire. He got to the wall. This seemed to be a problem for Joe Gibbs racing. Well, some of the cars. Could be the setup. Could be the camber, like Darrell Waltrip was saying. Sixth caution, David Reagan blew up. Seventh caution, Kyle Busch hit the wall. This time he had to take the car behind the wall, and he was done. So Kyle Busch fans out there, very sad. Do not kill yourself, okay? He'll be back. He'll have another day. But today belongs to Carl freaking Edwards here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And then after Kyle Busch hit the wall, my pick for who will win, Matt Kenseth, hit the wall again. Tire blown. No caution came out this time, but that basically ended Matt Kenseth, Wisconsin driver, short track driver. Ended his day. Shout out to the Icebreaker 100 at Dell's Raceway Park today. Johnny Sauter was supposed to be there. Tim Sauter, Eric Darnell. Some NASCAR people coming to my home track today, but I didn't get to get out there today, Sunday, 17th. I totally said that backwards, like Yoda or something. Okay, 8th caution was for Josh Wise. 9th caution was AJ Allmendinger. He got hit, or AJ Allmendinger hit Casey Mears. 10th caution was for Brian Scott. He ended up getting loose. 11th caution. I'm telling you, like I said, who will win? This track beats up cars. 11 cautions. Here we go. This is for Denny Hamlin. He has a blown tire. He hits the wall. 12th caution. The 78 did one of the dumbest moves I've seen. He hit the 43, who is actually on the lead lap. It's just a dumb move from the 78 there. And then later in the race, 78 ended up riding the wall, like you see in NASCAR, the game, or NASCAR 14, 15, 16, Victory Edition, whatever. Okay, and then 13th caution, Ty Dillon. The 88 got into Ty Dillon first. And then a couple of laps later, Landon Castle finished the job. So that's pretty cool. Just kidding. 14th caution was Michael Annette. He spun out after being hit by Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick hit the wall, bounced off. And too bad Michael Annette was right there and just hit him enough. You know how it is when you're driving these things, slippery as all hell. 15th caution, the 7 got spun out by the 10. Danica Patrick had to get a little retaliation for the whole Denny Hamlin practice incident. So that was it. The Food City 500, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening. Let me move our camera around a little bit. We're gonna hit this button right here, play. Okay, boom. And then let's go back. We're gonna get to the full stats for the finishers here at Bristol. Let's get to that now. Let me go down right there. Boom. So we had 500 laps. All 500 laps were ran, whatever you want to say. Let me turn this down. I'm sorry if that was super loud. I should turn that down after I had the TV up. We had 15 cautions for a total of 102 laps. Wow, guys, that's a whole lot of cautions. Total race time of 3 hours and 18 minutes. The fastest lap of 15.2. Top speed of 125.535 miles per hour. We had 7 leaders, 16 lead changes. 40 cars started the race. At the end, we only had 36. So it says it was about 82 degrees in Bristol today. Congrats to Carl Edwards, once again bringing his Toyota home in first place, followed by Dale Earnhardt Jr., who took second. Great run for him after having a ignition or something problem early in the race. Or not, it wasn't ignition, it was a battery. I forgot what the computer or something. So Dale Jr. bringing it back to second after going 2 laps down. Kurt Busch takes third place, and Chase Elliott finishes fourth. Which, let me tell you guys something. I did a simulation of this race. I did half of the race, which was 200 laps. I called it the Food City 200. I ran the full simulation. Kurt Busch won that race, and Chase Elliott finished second in that race. I think Dale Jr. finished 5th or 6th in that race also. So that simulation was pretty close to this, because look, Carl Edwards took first, Jr. second, Kurt Busch is third, Chase Elliott's fourth, Trevor Bayne took 5th, Matt Debenento has a great day. Shout out to that low budget Toyota team. Maybe they're getting that horsepower now. They took 6th. Kevin Harvick finishes 7th after having a nice car, but you kind of knew he wasn't going to win. Clint Boyer finishes 8th. Ryan Newman is 9th. Joey Logano finishes 10th. Ryan Blaney, shout out to this young cat, talented driver, showing that he does got some skills. Ryan Blaney finishes 11th in his Ford. Greg Biffle is 12th. Jamie McMurray is 13th. Martin Truex Jr. finishes 14th. Paul Menard's 15th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finishes 16th. Casey Cates 17th. Brad Keselowski finishes 18th. AJ Allmendinger's 19th. 20th is Denny Hamlin. 21st is Chris Buescher. 22nd is Landon Castle. 23rd is Jimmy Johnson, who has a very bad day, everybody. So everybody that picked Jimmy Johnson, I feel sorry for you, because yeah, he didn't have that good of a day, you know. So that was Jimmy Johnson finishing 23rd. 24th is Casey Mears. 25th is Ty Dillon, who finishes 1 lap down. Austin Dillon finishes 26th. He's 2 laps down. Danica Patrick finishes 27th. 2 laps down. Cole Witt is 28th. Michael McDowell's 29th. 30th is Brian Scott, 7 laps down. Michael Annette finishes 31st. Jeffrey Earnhardt is 32nd in his number 32 ride. He finishes 12 laps down. Josh Wise is 33rd. Eric Almirola is 34th. Kyle Larson finishes 38 laps down and 35th. Matt Kenseth, 40 laps down. He finishes 36th. 37th belongs to Regan Smith, 49 laps down. Kyle Busch finishes 242 laps down in 38th position. 39th is David Reagan. And Reed Sorensen finishes 40th. So, yes, that was the race here for Bristol. Next week we got coming up the Toyota Owners 400. Who knows? Maybe the Toyotas will keep the streak going on here. It's a day race though, guys. So at Richmond, daytime. Coming up next week. That's April 24th. And then on May 1st, everybody. Yes, May is here. It is summertime. Time to get scared. Just kidding. It'll be time for the Geico 500 and Talladega Super Speedway. May 1st, everybody. Tell your friends. After that, May 7th, it's Go Bowling 400 at Kansas Speedway. By the way, that Talladega race will be on Fox. The Kansas race, the Go Bowling 400, will be on FS1. And then May 15th, it's time for the AAA 400 Drive for Autism at Dover International Speedway. After that, it's the Sprint Showdown. So, yeah, we're getting pretty far in the season. Let me give a shout out to the Who Will Win winners right away. These guys are awesome. They show up every week and play Who Will Win with me. That's great. I took Matt Kenseth, but he had a chance. Just the tires kept blowing. Talk about a bad year. Bad year. Jeremy DeVol, congrats to you. He took Carl Edwards. That's great. Okay, I'm moving up the list. We had about 97 picks. N. Breezy took Carl Edwards. Ellie Osman. Carl Edwards will win at Bristol. And he also wrote a bad word. There's something I don't want to see about channel. Anyway. We're moving up the list, guys. Hold on, this is going to take a little while, but congrats to Carl Edwards. Toyota, Stanley, I forgot what sponsor he had on his car for this race. I'm sorry I couldn't find it quick enough. So we got Awesome Robert 75. He wrote Carl Edwards. Super EVEE Master, he took Carl Edwards. So congrats to you, man. He said Carl Edwards will be victorious. Samalam 717 Gaming and other stuff says Carl Edwards. So Samalam 717 Gaming and other stuff, congrats to you. Low 53 said Carl Edwards will take it. Race Day 2016 said Carl Edwards. So we did have a lot of Carl Edwards picks here. Greaser Gaming said Anthony Martin. And then, but for real, Carl Edwards. So congrats to you. Thanks a lot for the shout out, by the way. Cedric Montgomery said Carl Edwards, number 19. Major Mike Barracuda, he says Carl Edwards. Shout out to the Major getting it done this weekend. Still moving up this. We had a tons of Kyle Busch picks, guys. Like, most of these picks are all Kyle Busch to win here at Bristol. Brad Stover fan 48 and 2 NASCAR took the 19. He was right. So congrats to you, Brad. We're getting towards the top of this list. And that's it. We had about 96 picks. Thanks to everybody for playing. That was Bristol, guys. I hope you guys won't miss it too much. We got a night race coming up here soon. I'd like to say the Colossus thing was pretty cool, although they didn't show it that much during this race. I know they showed it a lot yesterday. The Xfinity race, I didn't think too much of it, how they broke it down into a heat race. That took away 100 laps from the main race. Maybe just have them qualify. I mean, I like heat races at local short tracks, But at Bristol, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I guess you guys can let me know how you guys were feeling it. But Colossalus or whatever, will it come to NASCAR 16? Will we see it on the PlayStation 4? That'd be pretty cool. Carl Edwards, Toyota, Joe Gibbs getting the win here at Bristol. It's been a great weekend. Make sure you check out my simulation where we had Kurt Busch winning the simulation and Chase Elliott ended up taking second. But I digress. So till next week, guys, from Bristol, I've been iAnthony. Congrats to Carl Edwards, and we will see you in the gas.